All right. Hello. So far, it's just you, little Rambo. So, oh no, there's a few people. Make sure to like the video, please. All right. Also, I'm curious to see how the 7 o'clock time slot does. Let's see here. I had a question. I didn't post a members only opportunity to submit your question first on today's live because this was kind of like a one-off impromptu thing. So, but there was a question on the post, so I will talk about that one first. And this is from Shuya. And hi. And she says, it's been a week since my Fed Ed expired. I still haven't gotten any money in my benefit balance. Any idea if Fed Ed will continue or 20 weeks is all we get? Hey, everybody. So the answer to that, according to those message boards that I'm on, is that if your benefit year has ended, you actually do need to try and open a totally new claim. That message that they sent regarding another automatic extension beyond the 20 weeks of Fed Ed, I've talked to knows anything about a true second Fed Ed. And so if your benefit year is over, you do need to open a new claim. That's the information that I'm getting right now. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's fun doing it at night. I guess it's kind of funny because I have all my YouTube lighting, so it looks like it's the same time of day, even though it's nighttime. I'm good, Brenda. I hope you guys are all well and planning on having a safe holiday. Catty Cat. RJ, hello, everybody. Zach wants to know if I'm getting food stamps too. So I am not, although I do recommend to most people that they apply. My YouTube income messes with that. My mom gets food stamps. I don't think there's any shame in food stamps. I absolutely think that everyone should apply for all of the potential programs that they can right now. Donna says, good evening, everyone. Ben, nice to see you as well. Ben, I found that some of your comments accidentally were in my spam folder, so I don't know if that's because of your screen name or what, but I took them out of the spam folder. But if I didn't answer you, that's why. And I'm sorry to anybody whose comments that I have not answered. I do get behind, and that's kind of why I love doing these lives. It's just the easiest way for me to answer everybody's questions. And I'm also going to say at the beginning of this video, if I skip your question, if you guys could please not tell me in the comments that I skipped your question, just repeat your question. I promise I never skip anybody's question on purpose, but I do have to read back and forth, and I like to joke that I'm great at multitasking, but I'm absolutely not. So sometimes I lose place of where I am in the comments. So I apologize for that. Just ask your question again. I'm very good. Okay, Jaga says, I put my gross when I filed PUA. Now they want net. My net is 0 after 1040 tax. So it's my understanding that you'll owe the difference between whatever they were paying you and the minimum amount of $167. You should still qualify for $167 a week. That's totally normal that a business in its first year loses money. I have a feeling that YouTube's going to ultimately lose money for me. And that's kind of purposeful because I don't want it to mess with my unemployment. But I do think that you may wind up having an overpayment, Jaga. I'm so sorry. But because of how the EDD did everything, I don't think they're not gonna flag it as fraud. So there shouldn't be any extra penalties, and they can do payment plans and things like that. So definitely look into that. Highlights Boy says, oops, says I got to scroll back up. Highlights Boy says, Washington State, my UI has been exhausted. Do I apply for PUA? You can definitely try to apply for PUA and see if you qualify. However, the maximum number of weeks in Washington State, they should be also, I have that map that I did one of the videos on right over here. I'm going to try and show you guys my color-coded map that I colored a little bit wrong, some of the lighting. Anyway, so I had to reference that map. So Washington State is somebody that right now is doing the 20 weeks of Fed Ed, which also means they should be giving 7 extra weeks on PUA. So you should be able to get a maximum of 46 weeks on PUA. but I'm not sure the application process in Washington. Call your unemployment office and find out what your options are. Amit says, hello, hello, I'm good, everybody. I'm actually also procrastinating today because I need to clean my house because I'm going to go pick up my mom tomorrow. And I've been saving boxes because I was like, oh, I'm going to sell some stuff on eBay. And then I haven't. Joel says, I collect food stamps too. I'm extremely broke. No shame in that. We're all extremely broke right now. I don't think any of us are extremely well off. So yeah, get whatever assistance you can. Okay. Ozabu says, sorry, you just joined the stream. How's it going? It's going good. DMAC, I appreciate all of you guys. I enjoy trying to help you guys. I enjoy staying busy during quarantine. YouTube is a safe activity. I can just do it in my house. Thank you for saying I look great. Shuya. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. I did answer your question at the beginning of the stream, but I'm happy to do so again. So what I've seen in terms of Fed Ed is that if you've received all 20 weeks, that does mean that your benefit year has expired. So the advice that I'm getting is to open a new claim. Maybe call the EDD and confirm that. I know that they simultaneously sent out an email saying, we've enrolled you into another extension, but I am not able to verify that another extension exists. So it is my understanding that you need to try and open a new claim right now. Hi, Ver. My friend Ver has a great channel. It's largely about finance, but sometimes he talks about gaming. He's trying to get to 1,000 subs so he can get monetized. He's almost there. So if you guys want to help get him to monetization, check out one of his videos and subscribe. Vanessa says, I'm so poor right now that I had an emotional mental breakdown. I really don't know what to do anymore. Talk to your friends, try and stay mentally healthy, go for a walk. Know that a lot of this is beyond your control right now. And once you feel a little bit better, call your creditors, see if they can delay some of your payments. If you have an auto loan, see if they can postpone some of your payments. Write the letter to your landlord that says that you're affected by COVID-19 and that your income has changed and you're out of work. See about making a payment plan with them and maybe taking a break from paying rent right now through the eviction ban. It is my understanding that that money's due whenever the eviction ban lifts, but reach out to everybody and see how they can work with you. And it is stressful for everybody. And if you guys just want to vent, that's fine. You guys can vent in the comments. I'm totally okay with that. I think I said this towards the end of one of my other videos. Like, I come on and I talk about this stuff that's truly sad. It's disappointing. It's a bummer. And I smile because I have a customer service background. I don't think any of this is funny. I don't think it's joking. I know a lot of people are really struggling. So, to whatever extent I can, I'm happy to be here for you guys to vent to. That's why also when someone called me a name because I skipped their question, like, I get it. You guys spend all this time on the phone with the EDD, and then you don't get answers from them. You come here trying to get answers from me, and I skip your question. So I get it. You guys vent away. I want to be that person for you, as long as you like this video. Let's see here. Jeanette says, when EDD opens a new claim within my benefit year due to a $0 balance, does EDD automatically use the same login password to verify for benefits? So it's my understanding that the EDD doesn't open new claims within your benefit year. So I don't know the answer to that. It's my understanding, they can change kind of the type of claim you have, but they shouldn't really be changing your login and password. If you're not able to get in, definitely call them and ask them what's going on. Joel wants to know if I'll do live streams twice a week now. So here's the other thing. You guys know how I'm like, oh, I put on a smiley face. Like, there's a story behind every YouTuber, and you guys, my life is not that together. I would love to commit to that. YouTube's been really overwhelming for me. I never knew how to edit or light or respond to I mean, like, I can respond to comments, like, I know how to speak to people, but it's a lot of work, so maybe one day I'll commit to 2 lives a week, but for now, this is a one-time special holiday gift from me for me to you. I know that the 11 a.m. Sunday time slot doesn't work for a lot of people. Maybe it could be like a monthly thing, but I'm hesitant to commit just because I'm probably not as together as you guys might might think. Wad said, and I never know if I feel like that's like young people text. I feel like it's like, what are you doing? Anyway, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. PUA, who gets it? Because I'm not sure. So PUA is generally for people that are self-employed, or maybe you started a new job so you didn't have enough earnings history to qualify for a regular unemployment claim. It can be for people that had a legitimate job offer, like someone that was in college and they were going to start a new job, but then that place of business shut down because of COVID. Then you could go on PUA. And it can also be for people that didn't qualify for the Fed Ed extension. And that's because that kind of qualifies as a regular unemployment claim. And so if you didn't qualify for Fed Ed, then potentially you could also qualify for PUA. But if you were like a W-2 worker, like I had an employer, they gave me a paycheck, they sent me a W-2 at the end of the year to file my taxes, then you're going to be a regular unemployment claim. So PUA is not something that you can get on top of your regular benefits. Oh, Melissa says, nice to see you. Nice to see everybody. I appreciate you guys all joining me. If this time slot does tend to work out better for everybody, I might consider switching. I'll say from my standpoint, I see that there's about 101 people watching right now versus the Sunday morning ones get about 200 people. So that's why I originally decided to do them on Sundays, is that seemed to be the time that worked the best for everyone. Oh, thank you for saying that my channel is helpful. You are very welcome. Does everyone qualify for LWA? So LWA is largely over. There were only 6 payments of that going from July 26th through September 5th. And no, not everybody did qualify. Your weekly benefit amount needed to be more than $100 a week in order to qualify. And like if you got, like here in California, it's called excessive earnings. But if you had any weeks where you didn't get benefits that was during that time frame, then you also wouldn't get the $300 LWA payment. Hello, Alberto. Okay, Vanessa says, if I'm on PEUC, should I worry that Fed Ed is going to be extremely strict when I certify? As of now, my PEUC does not ask me for 3 job searches. Right now, it is my understanding that the job search requirements are waived. I'm not sure if they'll be lifting those anytime soon. I would think that they're not going to. But I haven't actually seen, like, I'll know a lot more about Fed Ed once I actually hit that part in my unemployment claim, but I would think that it would be the same as your PEUC extension. And I would imagine that with cases of the virus on the rise, they're not going to actually make us look for work right now. With that said, I think you guys, if you've been watching my channel, you guys know that I'm a little bit nervous and I would not opposed to finding a better job. So I just make a habit of looking for jobs on Saturday. And then when I certify, I have my 2 weeks worth of places that I've applied that I just list that I applied online. Jaga says, so I filed joint tax with my wife. So how does that go for me for PUA verification? So there's something on your Schedule C on your taxes where your wife's unemployment or your wife's employment and your unemployment, those should be listed separately on your Schedule C for you to give your information to the EDD. That's what I'm told, that even on your taxes, that what you made net unemployment should be listed on there. Little Rambo wants to know, how's my computer? I am using my new computer. I feel like the picture is clearer. I'm not sure if the sound is clear. I'm just using the built-in mic and webcam, whereas normally I do my videos on my phone, and I'm still not used to it. I have a Mac. You have to like scroll with 2 fingers. It confuses me, and I'm learning it very slowly. Happy Thanksgiving. What about those with self-employment EDD? What's the specific question? Yes, PUA will end December 26th, unless Congress votes to extend it. So I really recommend calling your local state officials, letting them know that you won't be able to pay your bills and that you're going to be homeless. Make it sound really bad when you call your state and local representatives, and just let them know how important it is that they pass more unemployment help and that they extend the deadlines of those programs. Ben says on CNN, they showed food lines all over the country and it looks very bleak. My mom actually, she's a senior, and as a senior, you pretty much automatically qualify to get food from food banks. And I'll ask her if the line seemed worse than usual, although they let seniors kind of go first, and she's disabled, so they let her go first. She hasn't mentioned noticing that the lines have been longer for me. And all seniors qualify for anything from a food bank because seniors are notorious for not making sure that they have a balanced diet. So the food banks try and supplement that so that they are eating balanced meals. Kenneth says, I have a question. When you extend your first time, do you reapply all over again? Do you have to close down your old portal and open up a new portal? I don't believe so. So when you extend, you only can open a new claim after your benefit year has been over. So for me, I applied in March. I can't even try and open a new claim until March of 2021. So you say extend after the first unemployment extension ends, then or regular unemployment ends, then you go on the PEUC extension. That's automatic. And then they automatically check to see if you're eligible for Fed ED. And if you do, they automatically will give that to you. If you don't, right now, you could ask to be put on a PUA claim that's supposed to happen automatically, but it's not happening for anybody. So I don't exactly think that you would close down your old portal. I don't actually know, but you go through the whole application process again. So it would just be like starting all over again. But again, that's only if your benefit year is over. Thank you, Gabriella. Marco says, what if your gig jobs were paid cash and don't have records of contracts? They are probably going to lower your unemployment amount that you get because they want to see net income. And so you're going to have some way to show them that. There is the option to choose that you don't have any documents to upload. But my guess is, and I'm guessing, I don't know, is that if you can't verify the amount that you told them that you made, that they are going to at least bump you down to the minimum amount each week, which is $167. I don't know if there's any way that you could do this, but maybe get the people that paid you in cash to write a receipt, give you an invoice for the work that they did. That might be an option. Alberta says, Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Manuel, I finally got a hold of the EDD specialist. I exhausted my unemployment. I asked them what I can do. She asked me all kinds of questions, and she said that I have to apply again. So I did wait for 3 weeks. So if it's a new claim, it does take a little while for it to open. It's just like the process at the beginning. And I think it is about 3 weeks that it takes to get a new claim going. So you should be almost there, but I would definitely call them again just to verify that there's not anything else that they need from you. Hello, Think Blue. John says, fraud on your account. Someone stole $600 and it's been 14 days. I haven't gotten anything back. Do you know how long it takes to get your money back? You're in California. It should only take about 10 days, and that's after you report it to the Bank of America, about 10 business days. So I hate it when the answer is like, call them back, but I would call back the Bank of America and ask them what they say. I just want to ask everybody again to please like the video. I think it helps. I don't know really how the lives affect the channel, but I like them. Andrew, hi Andrew, says, I wasn't expecting a Tuesday evening stream. Oh, yes, because I think you were still on the last live stream on Sunday. People asked me if I would do one, and I knew I was going to be free tonight, so I agreed to do one. So here we are. Cabril, you are very welcome. You guys are all welcome. Yeah, go for a 2-mile walk because of how bad things are. Okay. Ooh, I'm way behind on these questions. Master 4,099.99. If I'm currently has always been at 167 a week, so I have anything to worry about in terms of any overpayment. I have not been asked yet to verify my self-employed income. You know, I don't know. I don't want to say for certain. I think you'll be okay, especially since they haven't asked you for anything. But I read a story in the news today that there was a 1-year-old baby getting unemployment because the parents claimed that the 1-year-old baby was an actor. But then they weren't able to verify that like the baby was with any child acting agencies, and they weren't able to verify that the child was, what's the other thing? Like maybe had like casting calls or something like that. So I don't know. I don't want to say that you're totally out of the woods, but I think it's a good sign that they haven't asked you to verify your income yet. Ben says the issue is so many landlords can't collect rent, and in return they can't pay the bank. It's really awful. That's true, but landlords can largely ask for forbearance. So there are programs for the landlords also. Samir says, what do you mean by the EDD repayment plan? It's like you're defending the EDD. I don't know how these things work. I don't work for the EDD. They definitely made an error, but they have to play by the rules that the federal government set up. And the federal government, there's a clip in the last video, the way the CARES Act was set up, since PUA is a completely new system, the federal government has told the states, hey, you can't just waive the payments for people. You have to collect the money. And that's why in that last video that I posted yesterday, I linked to a change.org petition so that I've got a new member, so I'm going to look at that question in a second. I linked to a change.org petition to potentially have those things claimed. Manuel, welcome. Thank you for being a member. Let me know if you have a question. You guys, I do have memberships, and for the Sunday Q&As, I do a community post on Saturday where members have the opportunity to get their questions answered first on the live streams. Okay, I lost my place again, but I'm going to try. I'm just going to look at it very slowly so that I can go back to where I left off at. Shoot. Sorry, I'm really far behind. Thanks, Ver. Okay. Okay. So M. Scott says if proof for Fed Ed, it's the same as regular UI payments. Yes, that's correct. Thank you, Ver, because you are always here to support. Renee says, hey, Shelly, how are you? I have a question. PUA ends December 26th, but I will still have $6K on my balance. What will happen to the rest of the funds after the 26th? Unless Congress votes to extend the program, that balance will just essentially be forfeited. It will disappear and you won't have access to it. Now, if they voted to extend the PUA program before the deadline of December 26th, then you would have access to it, I would imagine. Brenda says, oh, thank you for sending my video to your sister, and you're welcome for the help. And John, okay, we answered you, John. Hopefully you got that. Vanessa says, thanks for the advice. Yeah, taking a walk. I'm supposed to go on a hike with good friends on Sunday. Yeah, just get away. A lot of this is out of our control, and there's not much we can do about it. That's the sad truth about it. So we have to still try and find what enjoyment we can. I'm definitely glad you're going to get out there in nature and have a chance to clear your headspace. And I'm sorry to everybody that's having a hard time. We have help from La Raza and Box. What is that? Thank you for saying I'm the coolest. Anthony says, I'm just stopping by for support. Thank you guys. And Jenny too. Yeah, she is awesome. Everybody, if you could like the video while I try and get caught up on these. I got behind on my Instagram answering questions, and I really, it helps my channel to try and answer your questions on one of the comments of the video. I can't guarantee that I'll get to you on Instagram again because I'm disorganized, but it is Shelly's, no apostrophe, _millions. So it's Shelly's Millions on Instagram. Joel says, with the EDD director resigning, do you think they will get a new leadership that will be extremely strict on us with claims and for people to apply for new claims? It looks like they're cracking down in general. It looks like that's already happening. A lot of people are saying they should have asked for like the ID verification and the income verification at the beginning. So I do think that they'll probably do that going forward. You know, I know that this was a learning process for the EDD and it was a lot of claims all at once. Kiki Lee says, do they plan to reverse the overpayment when Biden comes in? Ooh, that is a very good question. And I'm glad you asked. It's possible. So the HEROES Act, I want to say it's version 2 that passed the House, and that's the Democrats that are in the House and that are going to keep the House. When Biden comes in, then we'll have a Democratic president. And in that HEROES Act, there is something in there that would give states the option to waive the overpayment. So I don't know for sure if that's going to be how it plays out, but that is a possibility with Biden coming in. So thank you for asking that, because that was very important. And again, I don't know how it's going to play out, but is it possible? Yes. So if that gives you guys peace of mind, there's that. You don't have to. Are you going fine streaming? Just be your natural and awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Kiki Lee, for asking that. Chaga says, so I file joint tax with my wife. She has W-2. I have 1040. When I file PUA, I put gross. Now what happens? I think that you'll owe the difference unless they decide to waive it. So, and I mean, here's also part of it. You know, sometimes the EDD garnishes future unemployment payments, but by the time you can send in your wage verification, the PUA claims are going to be over. So I'm really hoping, I'm putting that into the universe that they do waive those overpayments for everybody. But I don't know. It's wishful thinking at this point. When your PUA runs out, what will be after that? Unfortunately, unless Congress votes to extend it, nothing. So really, we have to get on the phone. We have to call Newsom. We have to call, I don't know, everybody in our local government and tell them that we really need them to extend these programs. Manuel says, I exhausted my unemployment and asked to apply again. So I'm waiting for the PUA or PEUC in 3 weeks. Keep calling. So the first one, and I think I answered this a little bit, but the first one should automatically switch to PEUC. Then they should let you know if you qualify for Fed Ed. If you don't, call to be put on PUA. Okay, John said, okay, we answered John's. Andrew, yes, I have heard that he supports that bigger HEROES Act. That is good, as it will give us more relief, and bad that Mitch McConnell will block the hell out of it. Which is true, unless those 2 seats in Georgia, when they do the runoff election January 5th, flip blue, and then all 3 branches of government would be run by a Democrat, and it would be, and I'm not saying that that's what I want or anything, but it's going to be easier to get things to happen if that's the case. Manuel says, do this all the time. We will see. Does this post in full to YouTube after 2? Yeah, I normally do. I keep it live for people. I'm not sure if that hurts the channel or not, but yeah, for now I leave them live if you missed anything, or if I didn't get to your question, or if you just want to tune in later while you're doing the dishes. Ernest says, so unemployment is ending late December. If you're on a PUA claim, yes. If the PEUC extension also ends December 26th, if you qualify for Fed ED, that goes beyond December 26th, or if you're not in California, it's just called extended benefits. If your state offers it and not all of them do, that would go past December 26th. And if you just started your regular unemployment claim somewhat recently, then you would also, that would go past December 26th as well. Hey, La Lit, LA Lit. I don't actually know how to say your screen name, but thank you for stopping by. He's also somebody from my mentorship groups. And Nick says he can't stay long. That's okay. It definitely does replay. What's after PUA? There's nothing. So please call your government officials. And if I could ask you guys to all like the video. You gave me hope when they failed for months to even respond. I'm glad. I'm glad about that. Nick has his last Fed ED payment next Sunday and he's scared. So it would be my understanding, if you've gotten all 20 weeks, if you get the message to reopen your claim, it is my understanding that you should try and open a new claim. And maybe there'll be some earnings history over the last 18 months that will get y'all qualified for that. Cali Patriot says they've been getting really hard to get something since May. Keep calling every day. The best time that I've had getting through is around 11 a.m. on a weekday. Manuel says, I was denied for Fed Ed, so I called the EDD and got a hold of the specialist, and she said she'll get me on PUA, and you've been waiting for 3 weeks now. So that is a long time. Have you been able to certify? Because being able to certify is a good sign. And then also, they will be sending you a form in the mail. It's got 4 numbers. I don't remember exactly those numbers, but you will need to send that back to them, letting them know that the reason why you're still currently unemployed is due to a COVID-19 reason, even though you would think they could just use the self-certification that we gave them for LWA, but apparently they can't. Anyway, Brenda, hello. Do I know what happened to your remaining balance? 2,700 left. You certified for the last on Sunday. Does the balance disappear? Or does it go onto a new EDD claim? So Brenda, I know you comment on all my videos, so I feel like I should be all up on your situation, but I'm not. So have they put you on the PEUC extension yet? Have you gone through Fed Ed yet? Are you on PUA? Because they actually did just add 7 more weeks to people's claims on PUA. I don't remember enough about your situation. If your benefit year is over, and it's time for you to totally try and apply for a new claim, that balance would potentially be forfeited. Sorry that I don't remember more about which type of claim you have. Okay, John, I got to you. You got to call the Bank of America to ask them how long it will take to get that money back on your card. Ben says, I wish LWA truly lasted until the end of December. Wasn't that the original intent? It was supposed to go all the way to December. Right, but then in your second sentence, you summed it up. They said it could last through December, but there was only enough money in FEMA to fund it for those 6 weeks. So I think maybe Donald Trump was hoping that COVID cases would start to drop and that there would be more businesses that were able to reopen, and that, if the unemployment claims dropped, they could have funded the program for longer, but because it stayed so high, the funds ran out in 6 weeks instead of lasting till December. It was something like $44 billion that they had in that program. Pauline, thank you. Pauline, I'm going to have to look into that jackpot. I do think you're supposed to report that, but I don't remember the section. And again, I hate to say it, last time I called the EDD, I got through in 5 minutes, and the time before that I got through 1 minute. Maybe ask them, because I'm not sure how quickly I will find that out. Steven says he's in Phoenix. He saw something on TV about everyone here will be cut off December 6th unless they show or submit identification. Do you know anything? I don't. I know that something similar is kind of happening here in California. When they say cut off, I would imagine they mean just kind of stop your benefits until you can supply.
Beyond my abilities at the moment.
Oh, Siri's trying to help with the Q&A. I thought I disabled that. I'm not good with technology. Okay, sorry. So they would probably just pause your claim until you can supply those documents. That would be my guess, but I don't know the specifics on Arizona. Nick says he's freaked out. Hopefully, whatever Congress does, it is retroactive. A lot of us are going to fall off the UI rules before that runoff in Georgia and Biden's inauguration. So I do tend to think that they will pass something, but some of these programs might lapse and there might be a month, month and a half, 2 months with no benefits. And as rough as that is, almost all the people that really struggled getting unemployment at the beginning, some of them are still waiting. Like we had the comment earlier that someone was waiting since May for benefits. So I know it's a long time, but definitely get in contact with your creditors and just let them know that you're waiting on your money. I think that they will extend things and that it will be retroactive. Donna says, I say I looked for work, but I have never had to tell them where. I always tell them where. I just say that I apply online and then it asks me for the website. Chef Francisco Vlog says PEUC. So that's the first, if you have a regular unemployment claim, not a PUA claim, PEUC is the first extension that you get. And then Fed Ed would be the second if you qualify. Everybody qualifies for the PEUC extension that's on a regular unemployment claim. That's every state, everywhere. When the regular number of weeks of unemployment are through, everybody qualifies for PEUC that goes through December 26th. Joel says, my roommate's account was frozen, but mine wasn't. I have 2 roommates total, and me and them are on unemployment. You think more than one person in the same address causes the freeze? 100%. That's what I think. And that they'll get that cleared up. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Steven says they've been on unemployment for close to 6 months with no problems. That's good. Oh, I miss my cat. Oh, I don't know how to link to his channel. I think he's just Verstar. He should have dropped the link. He probably jumped out. But it's VERSTAR. I just answered Chef Francisco about PEUC. If anyone loves Animalia, I think, is that a band? Is that a TV show? I don't know. Or just animals? I love animals. Okay, the Sunlight Moonlight says, I declined to do a 1-day temporary assignment in an office due to being 69 years of age and needing to shelter in place. What will happen to my PEUC benefits? I'm not sure if you would need to report that. What could happen is the person that offered you the position, they could say that you declined work and they could fight you on it. And then do the reasons you just stated in your question. The EDD would look at it on a case-by-case basis to determine if you still qualified for benefits or not. But I'm not sure that if I would call the EDD and ask them. I don't want to steer you the wrong way, and I do want to encourage people to be honest. Jaga says, if I end up owing, will they deduct from the remaining balance and future balance? That could be one way that they could take back the overpayment. They can also garnish your future wages from a future employer. They can keep your tax refunds, or you can make a payment plan with them. Those are the 4 ways. Payment plan, take a portion of any future unemployment benefits you get, keep your tax refund, or garnish your wages. Or that HEROES Act could pass and the states would have the ability to waive the overpayments, and that would be the best case scenario. So that's how I hope that goes. Joy Luck says, grab and go from schools. They give to everybody. Yes, in terms of lunch. Thank you, Abdullah. Your smile and info gave me hope that I'm waiting for. I'm very, very glad. I'm also here if you guys need to vent. Your unemployment ran out. What can you do? So if there's no more extensions available to you and your benefit year is over, you would need to call you would need to try and open a new claim. Otherwise, you need to call the unemployment office and find out what programs might be available to you. Nick says it's going to be rough until February. I absolutely agree. Andrew says, as of now, I still have food, so you won't be going to a food bank because people that truly need it must get it. They're the priority. I agree with that. But if you need it, do not be embarrassed to go. It's completely fine. Katie Miller says, is it written that you don't have to look for a job? I think it is questions. It is written that you don't need to have to look for a job. I think it is question 7 when you do your recertification. That's good. They never updated my work search requirements, and mine still say that I must look for work. Some people's only say you must be available and able to look for work. Mine says that, and then at the end it says, and you must look for work each week. And I think that has me a little bit scared as well, that even though the work search requirements are supposed to be waived, they never changed the writing on my claim, and that makes me super, super nervous. Deliver puppies for a living? But what if they got sick? Okay. Callie Patriot says, if anyone loves animals, look into Citizen Shipper, deliver puppies for a living. Marcy says, hi, what about stimulus? Any news for SSI? There is not any stimulus news. Unfortunately, it's the same news that it's always been. Oh, they're talking. Biden wants stimulus. Trump wants stimulus. Pelosi wants stimulus. Mitch McConnell wants stimulus. But none of them can agree on how much and how to get it into our hands. I used my unemployment for 1 year. Then it would be time to try and open a new claim and see if you qualify. When does the Fed Ed extension kick in? So if you qualify, I have heard that it can take up to 3 weeks for that to kick in, but if they did that, it would be retroactive. Andy, thank you for the donation on my channel. I really appreciate that. You guys do not have to do that. I understand we're all unemployed, but thank you for the encouragement. Keep it up, and let me know if you have a specific question that you need answered. Where was I? We were talking about puppies. Oh, stimulus, no news on that. Oh, Fed Ed extension when it kicks in. Sorry, I lose my train of thought easily. So if your PEUC extension expires December 26th, it would kick in after that. And if there's any delay in the weeks that you get that, it would be retroactive to the last time that you received benefits. And again, Fed Ed is only for regular unemployment claims. It's not for PUA claims. And yeah, so that pretty much kicks in when you're out of your other extensions and or December 26th, and that lasts for up to 20 weeks. Nick says, save whatever you can. Yes, buy off-brand. New help won't come until those Senate seat runoffs, honestly. I'm hoping that they actually do it December 11th when they meet again to talk about the debt ceiling and continued relief, which is also called CR, December 11th. I finally got my date right. I'm not trying to expose what? Smack my head. What? Am I showing something in the background that I shouldn't be? What am I not exposing? I use your employment for 1 year already. What can you do? You would have to try and open a new claim and see if you qualified for that. And if not, it is possible maybe that you would be able to get PUA. But on that, I'd call the EDD and see what they recommend. Vanessa says, if unemployment in California is bad all the way until mid-2021, does that mean we will get the full 20 weeks of Fed ED? All of us would, assuming we all get Fed ED by December 26th. Yes, as long as you're on a regular unemployment claim, and there are those earnings requirements to qualify for Fed Ed. I actually want to see if I have it written right here. No, I don't. That's some other mumbo jumbo for another video. So the requirements for Fed Ed are 40 times your weekly benefit. You needed to make more than that in the whole 12-month base period that the EDD used when they were figuring out your claim, or you have to find your original award letter. and find your highest earnings quarter. And if in the whole 12 months that they used as your base period, you take your highest quarter times 1.5. If you made more than that in the whole base period, then you would qualify for Fed Ed. And yeah, that program, you get up to 20 weeks on it. There's not more weeks after that, but yeah, you would get up to 20 more weeks from December 26th if that's when your claim runs out, which is, so right now you get like up to a total of 59 weeks of unemployment is how it would work. Between all the extensions, everything. It's in California, it's 26 weeks of regular unemployment. If you timed it right, you would get a full 13 weeks on PEUC that pretty much would take you all the way to December 26th, and then up to 20 more weeks of Fed Ed as long as unemployment rates stay high. John, I answered your question. You're going to have to call the Bank of America and ask them. It should only take about 10 business days to get that. Katie says you must have not seen the line for people that are at the food bank. This is not the time to be proud. We are in a pandemic and it will get worse. Yeah, don't be proud. Get what you need. Let's see what else. Oh, Manuel, thank you. Manuel's my #1 fan. You guys, please hang on to your money. I really appreciate it. But I know that you guys need your money as well. So I mean, if there's secret millionaires already in this group that just want to help, that's fine. But I know we're all unemployed. That is super cute. I'm so glad you're my #1 fan. Let me know if you have a question that you need answered. Jaga says, so let me get this straight. If you don't report income verification, then it got cut off. Then I think that they would lower you to the minimum amount of $167. T-Baby G. Hello, Shelly in chat. Hello. Hello, everybody. If I could, instead of donating money by the super chat, you guys can help me out by liking the video or like running one of the other lives or something in the background while you do the dishes or something. Although I'm very appreciative that you think enough of me to donate. That's truly awesome. Let's see here. Dante. I'm not sure if this is the same Dante whose question I missed, but I'm not going to miss anybody named Dante's questions again. How can we get all of your PUA benefits paid before December 31st of 2020? The only way to do that would be if you need to backdate your claim. Like if you actually got unemployed earlier than whenever they started giving you benefits, and then potentially they would pay you all 46 weeks. But really you would only do that if really they didn't start your claim when they were supposed to. But I do think that they can backdate your claim. But you have to call the EDD and ask them to backdate your claim, or go onto the feature Ask EDD and ask them to request that they backdate your claim. Tracy says hello from North Carolina. Hello. Ben says no one should go hungry. I absolutely agree. Ernest says, I had until March of next year. Now it says it will end when the extension ends in December. So what do I do now? Please get on the phone and call the governor, call your local officials, let them know how much it's going to hurt if they do not extend these programs. Okay. Uh-oh. Shoot. I lost my place again. I'm going to find it. I'm not going to miss questions. Oh, and Manuel became a member too. Man, I missed a lot of questions. What? I'm so sorry. Man, maybe I do need to go live twice a week so that I can get to everybody's question. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try and go faster, but I also lost my place and I don't want to skip anybody. Okay. Here we go. Sorry. Okay. Maria says they put me on PEUC 572 weeks. Now in PUA, they lowered your payments to 167 every 2 weeks. Okay. I'm also glad you asked this because this is going to start to come up for a lot of people. So a couple of things could be going on. One, PUA does use a different base period when they calculate your benefit amount. They only look at your earnings from 2019. So that could be one reason why your benefit amount changed. If your income was pretty consistent in 2019 to what it was during the base period that the EDD used when you first started your claim, you can request that they, what is it called? you can request that essentially they allow you to send additional verification for your earnings to give you a higher amount. And for some people that had W-2 wages, that actually might happen automatically, but the 167 is just kind of like a starting amount to make sure that you have something while you're waiting. John, you are welcome. Vicente says, if unemployment boost passes, will payments be retroactive? From both sides, that does seem to be what both bills are looking at. Manuel says, thank you. I'm the woman. Thank you for reading the comments. Much love. God bless us all. Yeah. Thank you so much for that donation. That was like amazing. Brentley says, can I get PUA after PEUC? You can if they deny you Fed ED, but PUA right now is scheduled to end on December 26th. And after that, there's not anything else. I lost my place again, guys. I seem to do that like towards the end of the videos. I think it's because I get like, I don't know, maybe I need like blue light glasses. I don't know. Anyway, I'm very sorry. I don't mean to miss anything, and I don't mean to waste our time like while I sit around like dee looking for comments. Okay, Andy says, I'm on PEUC and it expires in December. Can I still apply for EB in Wisconsin? Let me see. As long as the unemployment rate, you guys know I have to switch. Like when I read up close, I have to take my glasses off. As long as the unemployment rate is still high enough in Wisconsin, your program is called EB, and I am looking right now to see if they have it currently. I'm not good. Like I never know where on the map I am. Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin. Right now, Wisconsin does not have extended benefits, so the unemployment rate doesn't look like it's high enough for that to trigger on. Now, you guys are having like a really high COVID case rate, so if that unemployment rate gets higher, the term that they use is called triggered on, which is such a weird term to me. But EB, you can Google, has EB triggered on Wisconsin or has EB triggered on Nevada? So right now, according to the article that I'm looking on, it hasn't triggered on in Wisconsin. So you wouldn't be able to do anything until your benefit year was over, and then you could potentially try and see if you had enough wages to apply for a new claim, and definitely try and call your Congress people to let them know how bad we need these programs to be extended. Urias says, how can I upload my ID verification for your PUA claim? There should be like a little button on your like homepage of your unemployment claim that you can just upload it. Trunk says, LMAO, for what? Am I being funny? Patty, you are welcome, and you guys are all appreciated. How much does PUA pay? It's based on your earnings, so it's basically your same weekly benefit amount, unless like when they reassess you, since they're only using 2019 income, that could change that. Joel says, I heard the serial killer Scott Peterson was getting unemployment. There's like a lot of crazy people getting unemployment that shouldn't be. I don't know if he actually got it or if it was just someone else filed it in his name. It is crazy. Jose says, nothing got signed. They're on vacation. The way things are going, they're not signing anything anytime soon. I hope that's not the case, but it could be. Sexy Swag said, you would be someone that I would like to work with. Not many companies with good people. Not to gloat or anything. I'm totally the fun manager also, but I also can be like super annoying. Like I was like, hey, let's make TikToks. Cause I worked at a movie theater and there was like a dance called like the sweep. And I was like, can we please make TikToks while we sweep? So I'm that manager. So I'm a lot to handle, and I'll be watching cat videos sometimes, but it was to improve morale. And you guys see how bad I am at multitasking. But I like to keep work, you want to go into work to a place that you like, but thank you for saying that. I am totally fun to work with, but annoying unless you're an employer. And then I'm totally never annoying. And I don't watch cat videos to improve morale. Miguel says, I sent in all the paperwork for my PUA. They didn't ask for income verification. My certification's been pending for a week. So that could, if it's a new claim, that's somewhat normal, but again, call them to find out what's going on. If I could ask everybody to like this video, I would love that. Anthony says, I heard on the news, yep, we just with that one. I wonder said, hi, Shelly. Really looking forward to your Thanksgiving Day stream. I'll be alone, so it'll be nice to be with you and your mom playing Monopoly. Okay. And after this video, I don't know if I'm going to post it tonight or tomorrow, because like, I don't want my roommate to feel like they have to avoid the house because I'm streaming. Like, my mom won't care. But I'll probably only stream for an hour. I don't know how much I'll be able to pay to unemployment questions, but I am still planning on streaming on Thanksgiving. My mom will probably be annoyed with me, but I told her I was going to work, and then you guys can probably hear her like bicker at me, and like, who knows, she'll probably have me like cutting celery or something and onions, and I'll have to be careful not to slice my finger off. But maybe I'll turn it on at least for 15 minutes when we're playing Monopoly or something, so you can see. I also have like a train game that my roommate's starting to like better. But yeah, I will definitely stream at some point on Thanksgiving, and I'll send up like a little survey for what time works best for you guys. Lena says, I only have $29 left on my benefits. What should I do now? Your claim ends March 2021. So that's probably your original claim, Lena. So after that, you'll get the PEUC extension through December 26th. Then after that, they will see if you qualify for Fed Ed. But unfortunately, Lena, you're not going to like this. When you go on to certify again, you're only going to be able to do it for 1 week, and they're only going to give you that $29, and they're not going to give you like a makeup amount, but you'll be able to certify 1 week, like the very next week. So definitely check online to see like if your certification schedule has changed. Vanessa, Congress seems to take many vacations. 10 months of vacation. Supposedly, when they're on their recess, on their vacation, they're actually like in their home state. I don't have COVID. My throat's dry. Supposedly, they're talking with like their local residents, just like getting feedback, like from what the people that live in their own states need. Mr. Rick says, I got a letter in the mail for federal state extended duration benefits, Fed Ed extension. Did it say you qualify or that you don't qualify? Mr. Ben Faust says, can EDD take money out of your bank account? No, they cannot. Is it true that you can write UI and ask for a raise with your 2019 taxes? Yeah, they can consider additional income. So yeah, I would call them and ask them what that procedure is, because I don't want to tell you wrong, and that's something that I'm not super familiar with. Also, though, if you have them use your 2019 income, that can change your base period, and for some people that actually hurts them. But yes, they can reassess it potentially, and that can potentially boost your amount. MBA Cushboy says, your mom received her unemployment certificate. My mom received her unemployment certification already. I'm not sure what question you're asking. Make sure to certify every 2 weeks for benefits. That's how I'm going to answer that. Sexy Swag says, can you get money from working a gig job as well as a regular 9 to 5? Yes, but generally, like, the unemployment office won't count both generally, but if you request that they look at it, it's possible that they would. Okay. McCain says, latest second stimulus check updates. There are none. They all just say they want it, and then nothing gets done. Andrew says, if we get a new stimulus, we all should celebrate. I know. We should celebrate by paying off our bills and getting current and saving some of that money in case they mess around again. Knott's family says, hi, thank you. You guys are welcome. Susan says, I have unemployment since April 19th. Have it till next April. Money runs out in $450 a week, like you, and over a month. What do I do? You'll probably qualify for the Fed Ed extension unless you're on a PUA claim. So again, you have to make 40 times your weekly benefit, more than that in the base period, or more than 1.5 times your highest earning quarter in that whole 12-month base period. So yeah, after December, we have up to 20 more weeks here in California. Horatio, what happens after Fed Ed finishes? That means our benefit year would be over, and then we would have to see if we qualified for a new claim. Manuel, you're very welcome for the information, and thank you again for that donation. Teresa says, you said PUA wants income verification. I live in North Carolina, still getting your benefit, and they have only asked the question, are you not able to work due to COVID? Teresa, that's great. It's happening different everywhere. States like Colorado and I want to say Alaska, they asked for income verification like back in June or July. So that's what's happening here in California. They're asking people to verify their income. I'm not sure if every state will eventually do that, but that's where we're at here. And some other states have started to ask for that as well. Oh, there's the rest of MBA's question. Your mom received her certification, but you haven't received yours. Call the EDD and ask them why, because I'm not sure what the delay would be. And is this like the payment for her certification? Either way, my answer is still call the EDD to ask them why. Joan says, my PEUC just ran out. Are you going to get more? It depends on if the state you're in, like California, you could potentially see if you qualify for Fed Ed, and they would just kind of send you a message if you qualify or not. Yeah. Samail? I'm not saying your name right. Of course we can talk about Colorado, but you got to ask me something specific about Colorado. What would you like to know about Colorado? Yeah, so MBA, call them because, yeah, that wouldn't be normal for you to be pending and your mom got paid. It's not normal. You know, if you guys applied at the same time that she got her certification and you haven't. Okay. Shoot, lost my place again. I'm going to go for May. I know I'm behind on questions. I'm really sorry if I didn't get to everybody's. But I'm going to do a couple more questions. I'm going to try not to repeat some stuff that I've already talked about. And then I have to clean before I go get my mom for Thanksgiving. Okay. So Horatio, it's possible that Congress could extend the program, and or if your benefit year is over, you can try and open a new claim. Are we going to get stimulus package for 2021? We don't know yet. I would imagine so, but I don't know when, and I don't know how big it's going to be. Freddie, you're on your 13-week extension. It ends first week of January. Would you still qualify for the 20 additional weeks you live in California? So if you're on PEUC, the last week to actually get those benefits is December 26th. And then, yeah, absolutely, you could potentially qualify for Fed Ed. Mr. Ben Faust, will they charge me with fraud if they don't accept my income verification? I don't think so because they've messed up so much. I don't really know how they do a lot of that, but fight that tooth and nail. You can also appeal and just be like, hey, this is your fault. Like, don't charge me penalties. And I'd actually like you to waive the entire overpayment since this is your fault. I don't know if that would work, but certainly try. And they shouldn't be charging fraud when it was so confusing on their part. Oh my God, Ben, I've gained a lot of weight too. I feel that. I've been making a lot of YouTube videos, but like I'm just eating in between. Okay. Diana says, hopefully, but with Newsom, you don't think so. Love to everybody. Yes. Can I get back pay from March? You would need to request that from the EDD. It is still a potential. Daniel, doesn't Hermosa mean sister? No, that's Hermana. Okay, I hope Hermosa is a compliment. Hello from Boulder. Joel says, do you think Gavin Newsom is totally smug a-hole? Because I do. Aren't all politicians a little like swarmy? They're kind of, I don't trust any politicians. How long is PUA? PUA ends December 26th. Jaga says, if I owe, will they deduct from the remaining balance after I still receive my benefits? I'm not sure how they will get those overpayments back from each individual. I do not know anything about the SBA grant. Hi, Jenny. Oh my goodness. I probably like missed Jenny. She's probably already like popped out. I feel like I'm super far behind, but I always love when Jenny pops in. Vanessa says, so everyone on PUA is in trouble. It seems December 26th that ends. Not too familiar with it as I'm regular unemployment. My goodness, Congress needs to act now. Absolutely. Jason says, I'm tuning in, got the notification. You're on PUA with a declared income that they have not yet asked me to certify my wages. Is there a chance they'll squeak by? Yes, there is a chance you'll squeak by. I'm not really sure. I haven't been able to figure out like who they're asking and who they're not, because I actually heard that some people with the lowest amount, the 167, have also been asked to verify their income. So there's a chance that you'll squeak by. But there's a chance that they just haven't sent you the notice as well. So just mentally prepare for that. Joel says, I think 600 should have never ended, should have truly continued to late January 2021. I absolutely agree. And that is what the House seemed to want as well, but that's not what happened. Manuel, my new subscriber says, or my new member says, what's the difference between PUA and PEUC? Do you get them both? And Fed Ed? No. So PUA is mostly for the self-employed, and that would only be if you were denied Fed Ed, and then you could potentially get Then you could potentially get PUA if they denied you for Fed Ed. Susan says she's running out of money due to COVID-19. Since April, it's been a whole year, 450, what to do. Hopefully you will qualify for one of the extensions. Cliff says if there's no unemployment extension until January and you start working by them, if you still active for retro pay, if they pass it. As long as that wording is in the bill, then yes, you would get retro pay for weeks that you were receiving unemployment benefits. Augustine says, hello from Mexico. Hola. Oh my God, Mexico's like the only place that's letting us travel there. And I like the cenotes in, where was I? Near Cozumel. I love the water. Okay. Vicente says, and if an unemployment boost passes, will payments be retroactive? Both sides do seem to be indicating that the payments would be retroactive. That's what both sides seem to be saying. Freddie says he's on his 13-week extension and it ends the first week of January. Would I still qualify? Yes, because Fed Ed doesn't end December 26th. That program is available as long as California is in experiencing high levels of unemployment, which they are. Meng says, do we have to pay taxes on the 600 and 300? Yes, we do. Even in California. In California, we don't pay state taxes on that money, but we will owe federal taxes on that money. And you guys, even at 10%, which is what the EDD withholds out of our weekly benefit amount, if we check the box, that would be, if you got it for all 17 weeks of the 600 and all 6 weeks of the 300, that's an extra $12,000. And at 10%, that's $1,200 that we could potentially owe, depending on your tax situation, how many dependents you have. Hector says, you used all of his benefits. What can you do? Either you'll qualify for the extension or you would need to try and answer the new claim. Oh my goodness, John, you're very welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. It didn't pop up your little thing until the bottom. Oh my goodness. Andy. Oh my God. John gave me a little bump too, and I didn't even see it. And I've missed a lot of questions. And I gotta go. Okay. So, okay, Blade Man, I'm seeing that you answered your question twice in case you missed it. I've skipped a ton of questions. So again, I really apologize for that. I'm going to read Blade's question. I asked my question twice in case you missed it. While I'm on the UI extension till December, I was denied back in October and even appealed and had a hearing, and you were still denied. I'm not sure what you can do about that. Why were you denied? Can you appeal the appeal? I don't get that. I don't understand why they would do that to you. Thank you, Christine. How long it would take after you fax your income verification for your weekly benefit amount to be increased? I don't know the timeline on that. Oh, Angel Sirs is crying, and I don't know why. You're welcome, Blade Man. I wish I had a better answer for you. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys, that I didn't get to everyone's question. I gotta try and do these faster. You guys, feel free to leave me comments on what you guys think I could do to improve these lives, because I feel bad when I don't get to everybody's question. When I bow down to nuisance when in his presence. No, I put on my customer service face and shake his hand. Well, that elbow thing or whatever. Um, I need mods to help me. Is that what other people do? Like, I don't know. I feel like other people do live streams and they don't have to have help. But yeah, leave me some suggestions in the comments, because I wanna be there for you guys. I feel like I'm lagging. I don't like missing people's questions. I did see one that intrigued me though, so I'm gonna scroll up for 1 minute and then do that. Rochelle asks, is Fed Ed for California only? So yes, but other states it's called EB, which stands for extended benefits. Hotlicious says, am I in Cali? Yes, I am. Oh, Mexico to get dental work. Yeah, I a long time ago had a boyfriend. He went to India to get all his dental work. Um, that doctor may have been a little bit shady, but because I guess they said that they use different materials than we do here in the US, but I bet in Mexico they use the same stuff. Shoot, I saw somebody's question. All right, whatever. Jay's question is going to be the last one. I've not received my PEUC. My first UI ended October 24th. You're trying to reach them in no letter. So PEUC actually should be automatic. So my tip is to just call the EDD. I always have the best luck around 11 a.m. I call the 833-978-2511 number. Yes, and Ben's saying it could be more than 10% tax. Carlos had an interview today and you think it went bad. Was it a job interview or an interview with the EDD? Either way, it's out of your hands now. And I just wish you the best luck, the EDD. Well, hopefully it went well. The EDD number again that I call is 833-978-2511. And that's just the general number, because I'm told that all of the numbers now feed into the same number. And thank you to Shark Life for saying that I'm fast enough. Daryl, I am going to answer. I'm like, it's the last question. If I quit saying it's the last question, just answered questions, maybe I get to all of them. But Daryl's is for real, the last question. If you still have money left on your extension, does it end on December 26th? It does. Oh, darn it. And then there's another question. It does. So your money would essentially be forfeited after December 26th on a PUA claim or a PEUC claim. And then after that, if it's a regular unemployment claim, they would see if you qualified for Fed Ed. But yeah, any balance in your claim on December 26th is essentially going to be forfeited. I do want to answer Andy's question. Why was I only paid 4 payments of the $600? So do you mean this, Andy, real quick? I do want to do your question. But do you mean the 600 or do you mean the 300? Can you clarify that for me real quick? The 600 was only available from from March 29th to July 25th. And so you would have needed to get benefits for those days. Did you have an active claim the weeks ending March, or the week beginning March 29th through July 25th? Or did your claim start later? Okay, Kieran, I will do your question too. Your Fed Ed is ending December. Do I have to reapply? As of right now, if you're on Fed Ed, that would mean, and it ends in December, that would mean your claim year is coming to an end. And I am hearing that if your whole benefit year is over, that you do need to open a new claim. And I'll do Christine's question as well. So the EDD number that I call is 833-978-2511. And that's just the general number. Literally all the numbers are funneling through the same system now. Andy says it started on the 7th month and you applied on the 6th month. So that's why. So the 6th month would be June, and right? So, oh, maybe call them. You have to look at what dates you got it, but it ended July 25th. So, and even sometimes when you apply, it takes a little while for you actually to start getting those benefits. So look for those weeks. Okay. Yes. Angel Sir has put the number in the chat. So that's awesome. Okay. Angel to Glory says that, darn it, that you were put on PUA and you received a letter of disqualification. That is normally because they asked for ID verification. And even if you send it within the 10 days, they're claiming they didn't get it in time. But you can definitely appeal that and make sure that they have everything they need. Oh my God, all kinds of people with Angel in their name. So if you got a letter saying you could be eligible for EB, do I have to do something or does it just go on automatic? Here in California, if you qualify, it's all automatic. And if you don't qualify, then you would have to ask them to get PUA. I'm the worst. Okay, one more question. It's going to be this one that just popped up from Jay. You're a New Yorker and the company you worked for did not pay you hazard pay. I worked for them back in the earlier part of the year, but I lost the job to COVID. I had asked them what's going on. I'm not here in California. I don't think we ever paid anybody hazard pay. So I'm not sure if New York had agreed to pay people hazard pay. And here in California, if your employer is ever doing you dirty, we have the Department of Labor. And I would imagine it's called something really similar. It might be Department of Labor in New York as well. So if your company was not doing what they were supposed to be doing, report them to the Department of Labor. Shoot. Okay, Pauline, I missed your question. Pauline, ask it again and I'll do it. You guys, I'm so sorry. When I do skip your questions, shoot, Pauline, I wish that there was a way to search and chat. There probably isn't. I just don't know. All right, Pauline, if you ask your question again, I will definitely answer it. I am looking for it to pop up. I missed it. I don't see it when I scroll backwards. Christine, of course I can say hi to your daughter, Brianna. Oh, Baby Yoda can say hi to her too, but he doesn't really talk much. And Mr. Pickle, he's kind of creepy. The post office gone and Home Depot is throwing money at their people too. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, bye guys. Does anybody else know what Pauline's? Oh, you hit the jackpot. Okay, Pauline, I'm gonna Google it for you real quick. Let's see here. No, I typed in the word Pauline. This is where my brain's at right now. Do I have to report gambling winnings to the EDD? Okay. Here we go. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll be doing a poll about what time to join me if you want to see me and my family. I don't know if I'll be getting your questions. Jonathan loves me. Love all of you guys like your family. Okay. This is what Google says. If you hit the jackpot at the casino, you must report any earnings in your income tax return as well as to the unemployment office of your state. Well, where? I know that I saw something about this. Hold on. Now there's a Reddit thread. It's not income from this. Okay, so these are conflicting. So the Legal Beagle article said that you do have to report it to the EDD. The Reddit thread says it's not income from work. You don't have to report it, but you report it when you file your taxes. I could have sworn that I saw something in a Facebook thread. So I'm going to check one more thing because I'm not sure about I'm just not sure. Maybe call the EDD, Pauline. I'm sorry. You probably already Googled it and like saw that it was conflicting and that's why you're asking me, but I'm not familiar with that. So I got conflicting information. I do need to go. Pauline, I'm going to try and find that, the article that seemed to know a little bit more. I'm not married. Nobody wants me. Whoop, I'm a pain. I'll just watch cat videos and annoy everybody. All right, everybody. If you don't tune in Thanksgiving, please stay safe with your families. Have a great Tuesday. I did have fun doing this. We might do them a little more, but I don't want to commit to it because, sometimes I can be flaky. All right. All right. Thanks for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time.